I need to tell you something that might sound unbelievable at first. Just last month, someone used the exact thought process I'm about to share with you to manifest $50 million. Not in years, not in months, in weeks. I know you might be thinking, how is that even possible? But stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it, and more importantly, how you can do it too. This isn't some made-up story or a get-rich-quick scheme. This is about unlocking a power that already lives inside your mind, a power that has been used by countless wealthy people, even if they didn't know it. And the best part? This power is available to you right now, waiting for you to tap into it. Imagine what it would feel like to have $50 million in your bank account. What would you do first? Who would you help? How would it change not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you? I want you to hold on to that feeling because it's more important than you might think. Let's talk about why this matters. Every single day, people just like you and me are unlocking amounts of money they never thought possible. And here's the truth. They're not doing anything special. They're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They just understand a simple truth about how money really works in the universe. A truth that changed everything for me, and it's about to change everything for you too. If you don't learn this thought process, you might spend your whole life chasing money and never catching it. You might work harder than ever, only to feel like you're stuck in the same place. You might miss out on opportunities you didn't even know were possible. The risk isn't just losing money, it's losing your dreams, your freedom, and the chance to help others the way you've always wanted. I've seen so many people who gave up on their financial goals because they didn't know this simple truth. They tried everything: hard work, side hustles, even playing the lottery, but they always felt like something was missing. They blamed themselves, thinking they weren't worthy of wealth or that they weren't doing enough. But the problem wasn't them. It was the way they were thinking about money. Most people believe they need to work harder to get ahead. They think money only comes to those who sacrifice, struggle, and prove themselves worthy, but that's a lie. Money doesn't care if you're worthy. Money is energy, and it flows where your thoughts direct it. The second you understand this, everything changes. I want you to really think about what's at stake here. This isn't just about money. It's about your entire life. It's about the choices you can make, the people you can help, and the freedom you can enjoy. If you miss this, you're not just missing out on wealth, you're missing out on the life you were meant to live. 5 years ago, I was living in a tiny apartment, eating ramen noodles every night and wondering how I'd ever get ahead. I worked long hours, took on extra shifts, and even tried a bunch of side hustles, hoping to make a little extra money. I felt like I was doing everything I could, but nothing seemed to work. Every time I thought I was making progress, something would knock me back down. I remember one night sitting on my old couch, staring at the ceiling, feeling completely defeated. My bank account was nearly empty. My bills were piling up. I felt like I was carrying a heavy weight that I couldn't shake off. I was so tired of the struggle. I wanted more than anything to break free and create a life where I didn't have to worry about money all the time. Then one day, I stumbled upon something that changed everything. I discovered a thought process that turned my financial world upside down. It wasn't about working harder or finding the perfect job. It was about changing the way I thought about money. At first, I was skeptical, just like you might be right now. But I decided to give it a try. Within 6 months of using this thought process, I had manifested enough money to buy my dream house, start my own successful business, and even help my parents retire early. It wasn't magic. It was the result of learning how to think about money in a completely different way. Now, I teach this process to others. I've seen ordinary people just like you apply this method and manifest amounts of money they never thought possible. Some have even reached millions in a matter of months, and I know without a doubt that it can work for you too. The truth is, this process isn't just about money. It's about stepping into the power you already have inside you. It's about unlocking the abundance that's waiting for you. And it's about creating a life where money doesn't control you, but flows to you naturally, like air. You deserve to experience this freedom. You deserve to see your dreams come true. And it all starts with changing the way you think. Get ready, because what I'm about to share with you is going to change your life in ways you can't even imagine. Let me tell you about Sarah, a real person who proves this process works. Just 3 months ago, Sarah was working 2 jobs, just trying to make ends meet. She had only $243 left in her bank account and was drowning in credit card debt. Every day she worried about how she would pay her bills and put food on the table. Then she came across this same thought process that I'm sharing with you right now. At first, she was doubtful, just like I was. She wondered if it was too good to be true or just another empty promise. But she decided to give it a try. She said to herself, "What do I have to lose?" Within the first week of using this thought process, Sarah won an unexpected $5,000 in a local contest she didn't even remember entering. By the 3rd week, her small side business exploded overnight, bringing her $25,000 in just one day. And by the end of the month, she received news that a long-lost relative had left her an inheritance worth $2.3 million. It was like watching a miracle unfold. Sarah went from worrying about paying rent to being able to live her dream life. She paid off all her debts, bought a beautiful home, and even started supporting charities she cared about. She couldn't believe how quickly things changed, and all because she decided to think differently about money. Sarah's story is proof that this process works. It's not luck, and it's not a coincidence. It's about learning how to think in a way that attracts wealth instead of pushing it away. And if Sarah can do it, so can you. Now that you've seen how this process worked for Sarah, let's talk about why most people fail to manifest wealth. It's not because they're lazy or not good enough. It's because they've been taught the wrong way to think about money. The biggest mistake is what I call the worth trap. People think they need to prove they're worthy of money before they can have it. They believe they need to work harder, struggle more, or become a better person before they deserve to be wealthy. But here's the truth. Money doesn't care if you're worthy. Money doesn't have feelings or opinions. It's energy, and it goes wherever you focus your thoughts. The moment you understand this, everything changes. Another huge mistake is trying to manifest from a place of need or desperation. When you focus on what you don't have, your empty bank account, your debts, your bills, you're actually creating more of that lack. It's like trying to find love when you're feeling lonely and desperate. It pushes what you want even further away. People also make things too complicated. They think they need to meditate for hours, repeat affirmations until they're blue in the face, or follow a strict routine to attract money. But the truth is, it's not about doing all those things perfectly. It's about understanding how money really works in the universe and then shifting your thoughts to match that energy. The good news is that all of these mistakes can be fixed with the right mindset. The process I'm going to share with you is so simple that even a child could do it. In fact, kids are often better at it because they haven't been taught to overthink everything yet. This is the part you've been waiting for, the exact thought process that can change your life. It's actually very simple. It's all about shifting from wanting money to allowing money. Let me explain. Most people spend their entire lives wanting money. They think about it, dream about it, work for it, and worry about it. But wanting creates resistance. It's like chasing a butterfly. The harder you chase it, the faster it flies away. Instead, you need to create what I call a money magnet in your mind. a way of thinking that naturally attracts money to you. This process starts with understanding that you are already wealthy even if you can't see it yet. Imagine that wealth is like a radio station playing your favorite song. That station is always broadcasting, whether your radio is tuned to it or not. Wealth is the same way. It's already there, already yours, already broadcasting. The key is to tune your mind to receive it. Here's the exact thought process. Instead of thinking, I want money or I need money, you're going to think, money naturally flows to me. But here's the important part. You need to think about it as naturally as you think about breathing. Think about it. You don't worry about whether your next breath will come. You don't obsess about whether there's enough air. You just trust that it's there. That's exactly how you need to think about money. When you see a bill, instead of feeling stressed, think, money flows to me so easily that this bill is already paid. When you want to buy something, instead of worrying about the cost, think, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. The key is to make these thoughts feel as natural as breathing, not forced, not desperate, just calm and certain. This process is different from the usual positive thinking you might have tried before. You're not trying to convince yourself of something that feels fake. You're not pretending your problems don't exist. You're simply recognizing that money is like air, always present, always available, and always flowing. Your job isn't to figure out how to get money. Your job is to be open to receiving it. When you make this mental shift, you'll be amazed at how quickly money starts flowing into your life. And it all starts with thinking about money in the same calm, natural way you think about your next breath. Now that you understand the secret thought process, it's time to make it even more powerful by adding the right kind of visualization. Most people try to visualize wealth, but they do it the wrong way. They imagine having money, but deep down they still feel the lack of it. It's like driving with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. No matter how hard they try, they can't move forward. Instead, I want to show you what I call natural state visualization. It's about seeing wealth as normal, not as something to chase. Think about how you feel when you're in your own home. You don't walk around constantly thinking, I own this house, or I hope it's still mine tomorrow. You just live in it naturally. That's the same feeling you want to bring to your money visualization. Close your eyes and imagine checking your bank account. See a balance of $50 million, but don't get overly excited. Just notice it like you'd notice the weather outside. This might seem strange at first, but it's powerful. It teaches your mind that having money is normal, that wealth is your natural state. Take it a step further. See yourself buying anything you want, but do it with the same casual feeling you'd have buying a cup of coffee. See yourself helping others, supporting causes you believe in, and changing lives, but do it with ease, like holding the door open for someone. When you make wealth feel normal, you'll feel your energy shift. Remember, this isn't about ignoring reality. It's about creating a new reality. Do this exercise for just 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes every night. And during the day, whenever you catch yourself worrying about money, gently switch back to this casual, natural state. This is how you train your mind to accept wealth as your normal reality. When you do this, your subconscious mind begins to accept it, and your outer world starts to match your new inner state. That's how people manifest millions seemingly out of nowhere. They've mastered the art of feeling wealthy before the money arrives. Now that you've learned the thought process and the visualization exercise, it's time to make them part of your daily routine. These aren't complicated tasks. They're simple habits that will help your new money mindset grow stronger every day. Start each morning by feeling wealthy. Before you check your phone or think about bills, Spend 5 minutes feeling the peace that comes from knowing your bank account is full. Feel the joy of knowing you can help anyone who needs it. Feel the freedom of knowing all your needs are met. This feeling sets the tone for your entire day. Throughout the day, practice what I call wealth breathing. Whenever you spend money, even if it's just a few dollars on a coffee, take a deep breath and think, more money is already flowing back to me. When you pay a bill, smile and say to yourself, money flows both ways, and it always comes back to me multiplied. This might feel odd at first, but with time, it becomes as natural as breathing. At night, before bed, review your day from the perspective of a wealthy person. Instead of focusing on what you couldn't afford or the bills you still have to pay, appreciate everything money already brings to your life: the roof over your head, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. Feel grateful, not from a place of lack, but from a place of abundance. These simple practices create a habit of thinking about money in a new way, and the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Soon, your mind will start to expect abundance, and money will flow to you in ways you never imagined. Along the way, you might face some obstacles. The biggest one is doubt. Your mind might whisper, "This isn't working," or "It's too good to be true." When that happens, remind yourself that doubt is just your old way of thinking trying to protect you. Thank it for trying to help, and then gently return to your new thought pattern. Negative people might also challenge you. They might say you're dreaming too big or that you're being unrealistic. Remember, you don't have to convince them. Their doubt can't stop your manifestation unless you let it. Just smile, thank them for their concern, and keep focusing on your vision. Another challenge is what I call the evidence trap. That's when you look at your current bank account and let it shake your faith. But remember, your current financial situation is just a reflection of your old thoughts. It's like looking in the rearview mirror while trying to drive forward. When you catch yourself doing this, shift your focus to how you want your finances to be. Sometimes, fear of success can also block your manifestation. You might worry about how money will change your life or how others will treat you. If that fear shows up, remind yourself that money only amplifies who you already are. If you're a good person now, money will help you do even more good. Pay attention to how you feel about money. The first sign your manifestation is working is when you feel more relaxed, even before the money shows up. You'll notice small things first. Maybe you find unexpected money, or people treat you differently. These are signs your energy is shifting. And the biggest sign is when you stop worrying about signs, when you feel so confident in the process that you don't need proof anymore. That's when the big money shows up. Now you have the exact thought process that can manifest $50 million. You've learned how to change your mental programming, how to think about money in a way that attracts it, and how to overcome the obstacles that might come up. But knowing all of this isn't enough. You have to use it. The universe doesn't know the difference between $50 and $50 million. The process works the same way for both. Start where you are. Use these techniques every day. Watch how quickly your life begins to change. This isn't just about money. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about stepping into your power and creating the life you deserve. The universe wants you to be wealthy because it knows you'll do good things with that wealth. Take a moment right now to make a promise to yourself. Decide that from this moment on, you're going to think about money in this new way. Your only job is to hold this new thought pattern and let the universe handle the how. The money is already there. It's already yours. Now you just have to let it in. If you're ready to commit, share your promise in the comments below. Let me know when you start seeing the signs that it's working. And if this message spoke to you, give it a like and subscribe for more guidance on how to manifest the life you truly deserve. Peace, abundance, and blessings of $50 million to you all.